Are you a Ferrari acting like a horse and buggy, or a champagne glass acting like a coffee mug? Or perhaps you're the simple, humble broom trying to be a Dyson vacuum. Which one is it? Let's talk about it. Hi, neighbor. It's good to see you again. How are you doing today? I hope you're good. Me? I'm good. And even better that now you're here. It's wonderful to see you again. We get to meet and talk about stuff. The kids are in school, so I have a quiet time to be able to record this video and discuss some things with you. So sit back, relax with your tea or your coffee or your water, and let's talk about some things, okay? So, growing up in my Pentecostal Christian home, I read the Bible just as much as I read my storybooks and my novels. And the characters in the Bible were very real to me because this was a book I read every day. And one overarching theme with the characters in the Bible was that people were born with a designated calling and purpose on their lives. Moses was born, and from a baby, he was made to understand that he was supposed to set his people free from slavery and torture under the rulership of Pharaoh and Egypt. And, for a while, he seemed to be lost there, or rather, he thought that, okay, he's been adopted into Pharaoh's household, so he probably would use that power and privilege to set his people free. But God had other ideas. Joseph, had dreams, was a dreamer. He had visions, and he blurted his visions, blah, 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 and that got him into trouble. And once again, sent to Egypt, sold into slavery by his brothers. But all of that, everything he went through, the challenges, just prepared him to be a good, compassionate, humble leader. So if you go through the Bible, this is what you will see. People were born and they were made to understand you're born for this reason. This is what you're going to do. This is the impact you're going to have on the world. So I grew up with that knowledge really weighing heavily. That sounds negative, but no. I just felt the burden. Yes, but I felt the burden of being born and having a calling on your life. So everything I did as a child, growing up, I felt that I was here to do something beyond just going through life and enjoying this and experiencing this. I knew that whatever I did had to have a purpose. And the purpose was, there was a hierarchy, First of all, it had to be glorifying God, serving mankind, and I was at the bottom, to please myself. And as a Christian, I understood that as I served people and as I glorified God, I was also, satisfied. I was also blessed. So it wasn't like, I have to serve myself last. No, it's a joy to serve others. So everything I did in my life, I always had that at the back of my mind. What am I supposed to do? And at one time in my life, I was so sure I wanted to be a singer-songwriter. Very, very sure. From a child, I loved music. Anything that was musical, anything that had a tune. It just, it gave me chills and goosebumps. And I wrote songs from as young as the age of 6. And let me tell you something, without bragging, my penmanship was not bad. I sometimes would read the lyrics of songs I wrote and I'm like, I wrote that? Oh, who are you? So yeah, I was gifted in that way because I also like writing poetry. I just love writing prose and flowery words and ways of expression just came naturally to me when I wrote. So I really wanted to be a singer-songwriter, but life happened, stuff happened, and I found myself not being able to do that. And one way or another, God just brought photography into my life, and I found another way of artistic expression. So when I used to write songs, I was conscious of, first of all, glorifying God. So I couldn't just talk about anything all willy-nilly. And then I thought about how to serve mankind. So my songs were usually uplifting, encouraging, letting you know you're seen. I wanted people to hear my songs and leave feeling unburdened from their problems, feeling encouraged, filled with hope and faith to keep on keeping on. And with photography, the same thing happened. I discovered that I just didn't want to take pictures of people and say, okay, beautiful picture, I'm amazing, look at the colors, look at the lights. I wanted people to come to me and have an experience, and I wanted them to leave my studio feeling loved, different, encouraged, and I wanted them to feel the love of Jesus through me, even if I didn't say the word Jesus, even if I didn't say the name God. I wanted them to feel like, there's a love here, and I want to know more about this love, even as I'm made to look fabulous. So purpose rules my life and everything I do. Even this video, even this YouTube channel that I am working on right now, it's to glorify God with my gift of, half gift of gab. I write better than I speak, but to also serve the people who listen to me, because I want you to spend time with me and leave this place feeling seen and encouraged one way or another to handle whatever challenges you're going through life. Yeah. Now, the flip side of knowing why you're here and what you're supposed to do is when there is ignorance about a tool, an equipment, or device, misuse or abuse is inevitable. So if you don't know why you're on this earth, if you don't know why God put you here, if you don't know why you have your specific gifts and talent and knowledge and wherewithal, you're bound to misuse it one way or another. For instance, you're very good at, drawing people in. Instead of using that to draw people in to build them up, you might use that to take advantage of people, scam them, abuse them. You have the gift of making money. You do that and you have all this wealth and you're using it to floss and flex on people, versus I have all this money, I have all this wealth. How can I make my neighbor's life better? If there's more of a neighborly attitude, the right thing is, I have so much. How can I help my neighbor who doesn't have as much? How can I lift up my neighbor who isn't as privileged as I am? How can I help my neighbor do better and be better? And that is, I believe, one of the reasons why we're here. We're here to bless each other. We're here to help each other. We're helped to, walk with our brother, and all of us are just trying to go get home. And when we hold each other's hands, and I use what I have to help you, you use what you have to help me, that is purpose. That is purpose, friends. And it doesn't get any better than that. What do you have in your hands? Are you good at talking? Are you good at walking in people's shoes? Are you good at listening? Can you paint? Can you draw? Can you sing? Can you write music? Can you fix things. Do you see a problem and people are like, oh, we're dying, it's over, and you just come in and you can solve it just by looking at it. You know exactly what needs to be done. You can tweak this, tweak that, and you know what needs to be done. You have your calling. You know what you're supposed to do. Now, the next thing is to step up boldly and say, this is what I'm able to do. And this is how I'm going to use it to serve the world. And I know a lot of people in the world, it's about, okay, making money for me and mine. Okay, that's fine. But that is a very, very low level way of thinking. Excuse me, I have to be a little blunt, but it is. Because if you're thinking about just you and yours, you're not living at the highest level of ability that God has given you. The person that makes impact in the world is the one who does things, makes things, gives things, that makes the world a better place, that makes people better people, that makes the next person want to help the next person. So first off, what do you have in your hand and what can you do with it? For me, right now, it's my photography. And people say I have a way of hearing them and seeing them. And I guess that's why it shows in my photography as well. Because when I take pictures of people, I want to take pictures of people and see their souls and see that God light that is in them, that amazing aura that God breathed into them when He created them. I've had to cry in my studio because when we're doing the consultation, people just begin to speak about the problem. They just begin to unburden themselves to me. I have that gift. I'm not saying that with pride. I'm just acknowledging who I am. I know I touch people's lives, and I'm going to continue doing that. It's photography. It's just giving a hug to someone I meet, or just listening to someone I see in a store and they start talking to me just start telling me stuff. And listen, give a hug and a word of encouragement. So, neighbor, friend, brother, sister, if you made it this far to the end of this video, I want to say a great big thank you. Thank you for listening to me talk. I could have been listening to anybody else, but you stopped at my place, and I'm super grateful. And if you would do me a solid, just hit that subscription button, hit that notification bell, give me a like, leave a comment please, and let me know if anything you heard today was valuable, helpful, and what it did for you. And I would love to continue speaking with you and spending time with you and just getting to know you and telling you what I'm all about and showing you my work and sometimes, behind the scenes of what I do. And with that, say goodbye. Until we meet again on the YouTube street, have a wonderful, purposeful day. Bye.